Hello, travelers. If you're listening to this, it probably isn't hallucinations from stress. So keep cleaning that multicolored blood off of your Walmart machete and listen in, because today's tricks might just save you from becoming dead, eaten, or both. This is Rusty Kyle, not to be confused with the up-and-coming diesel punk prophet in Arizona, and this is Fun Facts for the Stupid Apocalypse. If you're tuning in for the first time, long story short, every one of the 50 nifty United States is in the middle of their own unique apocalypse. Fire demons, succubae, and sentient murder cars are just some of the flavors of God's cross-country farewell tour. Last week, we spoke about Florida's walking corpse infestation and how my faction survived by holding up in a medieval dinner theater. However, this week, we will be joined by one of my partners currently surviving the shenanigans of Michigan. Look, Ma, I made a tongue twister. However, first, here's a word from this episode's sponsor. Does the current state of your arsenal make you feel like an entry-level character in a battle-themed anime? Well, come on by, but don't make any sudden moves, to Harry Berry's legendary reliquary, holed up in the Shoot Real Machine Guns tourist trap on West 192. With 20 years of experience making improvised weapons in prison, Harry Berry will make sure every swing is a critical hit. From electrified pitchforks, crossbow bulk-modified Nerf guns, and the largest brass knuckles collection east of Vegas, come on by and get the upper hand in your survival. Satisfaction guaranteed, or you can duel him to the death for your refund. Given that he is still alive, consider that option very carefully. Just remember, when life gets scary, don't tarry. Visit Harry Berry's legendary reliquary. On today's broadcast, we have joining us from Michigan, Mahmoud Irafej. Mahmoud, for those listening in that aren't in the Great Lakes area, what is Michigan's apocalypse?
Frickin' mermaids, man.
Frickin' mermaids? Did they, frick you?
No. I mean, Ariel and Aquaman can get it, but not these ones. They're reverse mermaids. Revermaids.
And teammates, yes.
Top half fish, lower half human.
The entire lower half? Do they have, like,
What?
You know.
I most certainly do not know.
Fun bits?
No, they are not fun.
No, I mean like baby making accoutrement.
Oh, yes.
So they can be freaking mermaids.
Disgusting. I'm done with this topic.
Apologies. The Xanax I took must have been something else. Back to the matter at hand. Since Mahmoud's apocalypse is not a common fictionalized one, you have to use the Rusty Kyle Helidex 3-part method to analyze a new apocalyptic threat. Where do they come from? How do they go? What do they do, Rusty Kyle, bro? Sorry, it's a mnemonic device that's annoyingly effective.
Oh, but it's so catchy.
The Upside-Down Mermaids. Where does Nemo spawn?
We quickly came to realize and appreciate that they can materialize in any freshwater source large enough for them to be immersed in. So even a long, shallow pool or a small, deep one. We found this out intimately one day when we filled the back of my F-250 truck. I am the Petoskey Ford Hands on a Hard Body champion 2014. And we made a redneck jacuzzi using tarpaulin and the bed of my precious vehicle. I was relaxing with Blake and Dennis when suddenly we had a fourth guest in the sausage party. Dennis and I managed to jump out, but Blake, he quickly made the jacuzzi into a stew.
Yeesh. Sorry to hear that. With that knowledge in mind, were you able to sort out the mass water storage situation?
Oh, yes, we did.
How?
We just gridded small PVC pipes with 1 by 1 foot grid, rendering it impossible to have a room to spawn, but allowing mass water storage.
That's actually very clever, Mahmoud. Very out of the box.
But it's not out of a box. It is a cage, which is a box, but a box for naughty Nellies.
Yes. Right. Next up in the depressing theme song is How Do They Go? So tell us, Mahmoud, how do you free a backwards mermaid from the mortal coil?
Well, since they are living creatures, they too can also perish when presented with many pointy sticks or explosives. But we found they are quite prone to electrocution.
Oh, yes, you gotta zap them. Did you implement the electric fence I was able to salvage from Kansas?
Oh, yes, and we also implemented a variant of a solution we discussed. The Ghetto Pikachu Trooper.
Oh? How'd you fix the longevity?
Well, as you know, we started with cattle prods and taser, but they ran out of energy too fast. So we suited someone up in full rubber and strapped a car battery to their back and rigged up wrapped rhubarb pokers so they are a walking jump start, and oh boy, does it cook.
That is insanely cool.
He's fairly dope.
Oh, did you ever figure out the hydroponics with the guidelines I sent you?
Oh, we don't have an issue with food anymore.
Really? That's fantastic. What did you do?
So when we started using the Pika Trooper, we noticed the cooked mermaids, they smell nice.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. It turns out they are completely edible and taste like Alaskan salmon. We have built a whole tempura shrimp bar and everything.
Oh, my God.
More like omega-3. Am I right?
Well, I mean, if it works, it works. Any lasting effects?
Bold of you to assume we've lasted long enough to find out.
Fair play. Well, onwards to our third step. What do they do?
Well, they are tricky trixies. They have two main forms of attack: poison and singing.
For the folks at home, what do you mean by singing?
In white people folklore, mermaids and sirens have a power to sing and lure sailors into their doom. In actuality, it's a frequency that mermaids emit to stimulate certain reward and pleasure centers of the brain. Enough so that you have no choice but to follow the sound to hear it more intensely.
So they cause, Eargasms?
Put simply, yes. It is why we holed up in an old auditorium for soundproofing, then scavenged every mattress in the area to line the walls. Whenever on patrol, we wear firearm ear protection, earplugs, and stuff the remainder with wool. And no, it's not overkill. It's just effective enough. We play music in the auditorium just in case to drown out any leaks.
Oh, what music do you play?
My music.
What did you do before the apocalypse?
For job or for money? It's very different.
Your job, I guess. I thought you were a professional driver.
I was an Uber Eats delivery partner, excuse you, and a SoundCloud rapper.
Oh.
Why are you surprised?
No reason at all. So, what about the poison?
Oh, yes, so their teeth have poison in them, so I guess it's appropriate to term it venom, but usually they cannot get so close, so it's a non-issue. However, certain raider baddies use the mermaid teeth as arrowheads or fashion them into teeth paddle. Humans are psychotic.
They certainly are. We only have a little bit more time before the Nokia I am calling you on realizes what decade it's in, so any parting remarks?
Stay in school, learn your enemy, and always think of creative solutions to your problems. I'm sending some documentation via Pigeon on electricity and poison control for your survival records. Stay safe, and if audio streaming ever returns, follow me by my rap name, Sadiq on Fleek.
Thank you, Mahmoud, and thank you for tuning in today, listeners. And please don't die, because then I will have no one to complain to. And remember, if for no other reason, survive simply to convince your loved ones in heaven that you went to hell. This is Rusty Kyle, signing off.